The helicopter has 2 flight nurse paramedics on board, and they also have special equipment on board, and they can do some special medical procedures that normal paramedics cannot do. You'll also notice the pilot will not turn the helicopter off. They leave it running because they want to grab the patient, get back in the helicopter, and take off again. If the pilot shuts the engine off, he has to go through an engine restart procedure that will take about 3 or 4 minutes. And when you're talking about the fact that 5 minutes could be the difference between somebody's life and death, they're not going to wait that 4 or 5 minutes. So they are bringing their stretcher over to take the most seriously injured patient. Sometimes getting the patient out of the vehicle has to be paused. If the person stops breathing or they lose their blood pressure, sometimes the paramedic has to make them pause a minute so they can get an IV line and get some drugs or do something to get the patient going again. And right about now, the clock is striking midnight, and Yelena is supposed to be home. So Mom's getting a little nervous because normally her daughter comes home right when she says she's coming home.
It's been like 20 minutes.
You're like, oh my God.
There are 5 of these helicopters that support the Central Florida area. And I'm sure a lot of times on TV you see them landing at accident scenes, not just traffic crashes, but all sorts of different emergencies. And I will tell you, if you were inside that car waiting to get taken out of that car, it seems like it takes hours and hours for it to happen. In 1990, probably before some of you were born, a drunk driver broadside my vehicle and rolled it over with me, and it took them about 45 minutes to cut me out of the car, doing exactly what you see them doing here. You saw them take that big backboard and put the backboard down. That's to make sure that when we secure the patient to the backboard, they can't move their spine or their neck. Many times people have a back injury or neck injury, and if we're not very careful in taking them out of that vehicle, we might paralyzing them for life.
Yeah.
So the driver is out of their seat. They're laying down on that board across the truck. Firefighters are taking some time to put some straps on to make sure the person is secure. See that funny little white hat he has on? That's a Nomex hood. That's a fireproof hood that will help them from being injured in the event there's a fire. The goal of the flight crew is to land and be back in the air in less than 5 minutes. They do not want to be on the ground longer than 5 minutes. They're at about 3 minutes.
The one chick over there is like,
So the paramedic is telling the flight medic what they found, what the patient's blood pressure was, if they had given any drugs, or letting the nurse know what they've done, so the nurse is aware of what's happened to that patient.
the blue things are off. Yep. What?
The back of that aircraft is a very dangerous place to be. There's that tail rotor that's spinning around so fast you can't see it. And normally there would be a person back there to guard the back of that aircraft to make sure that nobody got near the back of that helicopter. So the flight nurse is putting the patient in the back of the aircraft. Coming right up on the 5-minute mark.
It's been like 6 minutes. Too.
So he closes the back door. And see what he's doing now? He's walking around the aircraft. He's looking at everything. The flight nurse walks around and makes sure that every compartment door has been closed and the aircraft is safe to take off. Many times they'll open compartments and pull equipment and gear out. They're making sure that everything is secure before that aircraft lifts off. That's the safety procedure that they follow. Orlando Regional Medical Center has a very, very safe flight program because of policies and procedures like that. The flight nurse is now on board the aircraft. The pilot's revving up the engine. Pilot's checking all the instruments to make sure everything is good. And they're off.
See how the actual top rotor is rotating?
Those are pilots have thousands of hours of training before they're ever hired. They fly all over the border. They land at night in the middle of cow pastures and highways. And we're very fortunate to have them. All right, both of the patients have been taken to the hospital. Chad's vehicle. I've been a